Hi everyone, welcome back to Mosaics by Marisela. Today we are making something really fun and elegant, a mosaic mirror frame. This is a simple project, perfect for beginners, and will only need a few materials. You'll find the full list in the description below. We'll start by preparing the surface. Using a utility knife, score the wood diagonally in one direction, then the opposite, creating a crisscross pattern. Next, we'll seal it. In a small bowl, mix well-bond adhesive with water half and half to make it a sealant. With a brush, apply a thin, even coat over the surface. Let it dry or speed things up with a blow dryer. Our substrate is 12 inches in diameter. First, find the center with a ruler and draw a straight line across. We need to divide the circle into 12 equal parts, but since I don't have a protractor handy, I'll show you another way. Take a sheet of letter-size paper and fold it diagonally to form a perfect square, trimming the excess. Fold it diagonally again a couple more times, then trim the tips as I'm showing here. When you unfold the paper, you'll have evenly spaced creases. Place the paper in the center of the circle, aligning one crease with the line you drew earlier, and transfer the marks onto the wood. Use a ruler to connect opposite points. I realized I needed one more fold for 12 equal parts, so I folded once again and marked the final lines in red for clarity. This will give us an easy guide for our pattern. Now let's mark where the mirror will go. Using a compass, set the radius to 4 inches to draw a circle for an 8-inch mirror. Make sure the mirror fits inside the circle. Cover the mirror with painter's tape to protect it from scratches and grout later on. To secure the mirror, use the adhesive pads that come with it. Avoid other glues, since the chemicals can damage the backing of the mirror. Carefully place it inside the circle you drew. This is very important. Be precise here. Once it's in place, it cannot be moved. Next, we'll add some details with a ball chain. First, glue a length of the chain around the mirror using E6000 adhesive. Then cut the excess with pliers or scissors. Continue gluing the ball chain all around the outer edge of the substrate in the same way. Now comes the fun part, the flowers. I'm using iridescent white ceramic petals, but you can use any color you like. The petals come in 3 sizes, large, medium, and small. Pour some Wellbond into a small bowl and use a brush to apply a thin, even coat on each petal. Using the guidelines we drew earlier, The pattern is 2 large petals, then 3 medium, and finally 2 small. By the way, if you are just getting started with mosaics, I have other beginner-friendly tutorials on my channel that you'll love. They are simple step-by-step projects that are perfect if you want to practice more techniques. I'll leave the links in the description below so you can check them out after this video. Now let's continue with our mirror frame. I created 8 flowers this way. Then I added small petals in between the flowers. A quick tip: add these small petals as you go rather than waiting until the end. Some of the spaces can be tight, so it's easier to place them along the way. I also added a couple more petals at the top of the frame between the main flowers. This is looking so nice! Let's keep going! To finish the pattern, I added a few more ball chain accents here and there. It's such a simple element, but it adds a lot of charm and variety. Again, I used a 6000 adhesive. Let everything dry for at least 8 hours before moving on. Now it's time to grout. I'm using pre-mixed grout. Pour a little into a bowl and keep the rest covered in a cool place until you need more. Spread the grout over the tiles with a spatula, your hands, or even a plastic card. The goal is to fill all the gaps. Remove as much excess grout as possible so you can see the tiles. Let it sit for about 10 minutes. Next, dip a sponge in water and squeeze out all the excess. Gently wipe the surface in soft, circular motions to clean the tiles. Rinse the sponge often, changing the water when it gets too dirty, and then let it rest for 20 minutes to an hour. Don't pour grout water down your household drains. It could clog the pipes. Instead, let the water settle overnight. Pour off the clean water outside and throw away the grout residue with a paper towel. Once the grout has set, use a soft cotton cloth to buff the tiles until they shine. For the final touches, I painted the back of the mirror with acrylic paint to clean it up, especially since black grout can get messy. Then I signed it and added a hanger. And here it is, our finished mosaic mirror frame. Elegant, simple, and so much fun to make. Don't forget, you'll find all the materials listed in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this project, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Mosaics by Marisela for more DIY mosaic tutorials. And as always, happy mosaicing!